Welcome everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Mike Levy. I'm representing Sony Digital. And an exciting new opportunity. We've all met before. We've talked a lot about Crackle and the evolution of the new living room. We're here to join in an ongoing conversation on the next step. Sony's made the strategic decision to bring the PlayStation platform underneath the Crackle umbrella so that we can start talking to you about solutions that cross multiple genres, all about getting this new living room, this new millennial, this 18 to 34-year-old male in the environment with which they are consuming. So as of today, as you can see, the #1 gaming brand in the world falls underneath our purview with PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. We're proud to announce a whole new slate of new programming that will be involved in the maturation of PlayStation. We're out to compete for more video dollars, and this is another way in which we're going to go about doing so. So without further ado, we've talked a lot about Crackle and how we fit into the landscape of this new living room. We'd love to do a deep dive into what PlayStation 3 and 4 is all about. So, super exciting. The new opportunities, new scale, the #1 gaming network in the world, delivering clearly the most loyal and engaged gaming and entertainment audience. And the key fact to what we're bringing to the table now from a marketing perspective is not only can we tackle that gaming aficionado, but also extend that marketplace into an entertainment portfolio as well, and an entertainment platform. So right off the bat, massive scale, 60 million registered PlayStation Network users. When you talk about immediately being able to enter into the marketplace with a robust offering, certainly we can bring that to the table, combined with a Crackle audience of 30 million. Surprisingly little duplication there, massive scale. 57 million uniques a month, again, combined with the 30 that we're getting with Crackle, the opportunity to leverage those two opportunities together, and in PlayStation alone, certainly an opportunity for marketers to find efficiencies at scale. We're here to bring that to the table. So, PlayStation 3, 29 million consoles sold already. PlayStation 4, we've been in the market since the holidays, and we've blasted all expectations with 5.3 million consoles sold. Massive scale immediately. Then you start talking about how PlayStation users actually engage with the content. How about 18 hours of time spent per week with gaming alone? Add an additional 6 hours watching Netflix, Hulu, Crackle on their system. You start talking about a way of life. This machine is actually the entertainment console for everything that these people do. It's a really robust opportunity to engage with this consumer in a way that, frankly, other media opportunities don't give you, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. All right, so this PlayStation audience, who is it? It's this coveted consumer, right? We're all talking about it in all of our brand briefs that we're getting. How are we engaging with millennials? Well, the PlayStation is as good as any opportunity that's available in the marketplace. The best thing about it, they're engaging with the big screen. So your creatives can get excited, their messaging isn't getting diluted, the images aren't being diluted. We can do robust, artful, creative, all on the big screen here. So, they're hard to reach. We know this about millennials. Their attention is diverted. They want action. They want immediacy. Well, how about the fact that 3 times more likely to watch TV shows online? This is that person that is engaging with PlayStation. They're devoted to finding entertainment wherever they can find it on any device at any time. 24 hours a week are spent on gaming and entertainment alone, as we mentioned just a moment ago. And then, of course, this person doesn't want to be inundated with clutter. They'll tune out as soon as there are too many ad messages. 43% of people that engage with PlayStation remember the ad and are around the advertising. They embrace it. They know that with PlayStation and Crackle combined, we're never going to inundate the advertiser with too much. We're going to find just the right supply, building demand, good for advertisers, good for consumers alike. The beauty about this potential opportunity for you guys is that we know that the audience that's engaging with PlayStation happens to be receptive to ads. It's the right environment. It's kind of that sports sponsorship model. You support my team, I'm going to support you. In this case, equally passionate people to sports. You engage with PlayStation, I'm going to engage with you. 57% respond to advertising, and 51% are actually using that ad as part of their decision-making process when they're going out and thinking about purchasing product. So, one of the coolest things about PlayStation is this social strategy that we're all talking about in the marketplace. We've been talking about it for years, frankly. What is your social strategy? And I've yet to find a really good answer for what's your social strategy. What I've taken from my experience at various companies, what I've taken it from Sony, what I'm sure you've gathered, your social strategy is about environment. It's where are you, where is your brand message in a place that's being frequently shared. And then you hope that your brand is going to be part of that content and part of that shareability. PlayStation is at the heart of that. You're talking about a majority of gamers play with friends and family. They're sharing what they're doing. 32% of PlayStation users are playing with fellow family members. 42% are playing with their friends. What are they doing while they're doing this? They're all talking about what they're currently activated in, and if there is a brand in that environment while they're there, you can be sure they're sharing that as well. It's beautiful because in other places where you get active sharing, we actually have low duplication rates. Music, sports, and comedy, those might be places where you're sharing a lot of content. ESPN, we only have 18% duplication. MTV, 10. Comedy Central, 10. So what you can be sure about is that when you're advertising with PlayStation or partnering with us on PlayStation, you're not doubling down on your efforts elsewhere. You're amplifying your overall message to the marketplace. You're doing it in a unique way and in a non-cluttered way. All super important as you guys are trying to make decisions on how to make your brand stick out above the competition. So leveraging the social aspect, you're talking about these millennials, these 18 to 34-year-old adults. These are the ones who are actually the influencers in the marketplace. They're tech savvy. They're social, as we talked about. They're setting trends. They're the first to try the new technology and over-index by over 91%. They're the ones that are being asked about opinions of what the cool games in the marketplace are. What's the cool car? What's the cool new consumer goods product? What's the new technology? You can bet for sure that they're social. I can't emphasize how much PlayStation fits into that mantra and that trend and that need within the marketing culture. 252% more likely to be engaged in a social network on a video game console. That kind of says it all. And then, of course, social networks are going to be their primary means of communication with their friends. We saw it with Facebook alone. They spent $19 billion on a texting app. PlayStation, all of that can be housed within PS, and we can help amplify messages. So with all that said, what are the opportunities? How can your brand engage with PlayStation? And let me be upfront about this first and foremost. We've talked about scale. We've talked about sociability. Let's talk about how PlayStation is going to start reinventing the game. Now that we're underneath this Crackle umbrella, we're already pursuing ways to embrace and expand what you can currently do in PlayStation. We're going to have constant updates. So what we've got here today is a start. We want to know that we're going to be leaders in the video space, and we're going to be looking for dynamic and creative ways to engage with audiences within the PlayStation Network as we continue to build out not only the gaming performance and all the cool dynamic things that we can do there, but also within the entertainment space. Crackle is going to be a fantastic starting point in entertainment. PlayStation, fantastic extension of what we're doing there. We're really excited about the opportunities that we're going to be able to bring to you. This is just a starting point. So, it goes without saying, the most important place to start when you come into PS3 or PS4, and we'll talk about opportunities for both, is going to be on the homepage roadblock. First thing you see, as soon as you get onto the PlayStation and then you enter the store, is potential advertising placements here. We can host video, we can host banners, dynamic ad space. What we know here about this space is that you're getting a ton of engagement. We're already seeing an average of 200 plus in terms of click-through rates. We'll get a lot more into that and different opportunities to leverage it. But what we know here is that it's not just endemic. We have a case study here that's fantastic as it relates to Toyota specifically. Toyota, leveraging the power of video and engagement on PlayStation, knew that they had a message that they wanted to get out. They wanted to showcase their new vehicle, the Toyota Corolla. And so they dynamically imposed 3 different videos. And PlayStation experienced first. In order to start that video, it's a hover. It's never an auto start. It's all about the consumer and how they engage with your product. So creative is going to win at the end of the day. But you get the opportunity to hover on these vehicles, and you set 3 different opportunities to engage with Corolla. Again, time spent, earned media, and the opportunity to engage, all there for that key 18 to 34 audience. It goes without saying, we do really well in the entertainment and gaming space. On the left, we see a homepage roadblock of Lone Survivor, Call of Duty in the middle for a game, and then Sony's owned RoboCop on the right. You can see skins, you see video, all different opportunities with which you can engage with that key target demographic. As we go on, there are other opportunities. This is kind of the second of 3 or 4 really dynamic opportunities to give your brand the opportunity to live right on the main navigation tree. So on this one, we have a branded multi-screen channel where we can create a custom destination for your brand. And again, it doesn't have to be gaming or film. It can be run across consumer products. If you've got any kind of content that you're looking for creative ways to distribute and share, this is a wonderful place for that to live. We can host up to 5 different screens. Each screen can have various content, whether it's 30-second creative or if a Chipotle, for example, with long-form creative could live there. We can do a different introduction to various products lines. If you're Taco Bell, you can kind of have your menu out there. Whatever you might need to do, whatever messaging you might need to push, this custom element that lives on the main navigation tree is your opportunity to explore that. Everything, when you engage, goes to this product page. Now, PlayStation, if there is a restriction currently, is that everything lives within the PlayStation system. We don't go out into the internet and go directly to your website. So we'll help you construct a product page that will have any and every message that you need that will live there. So if you press on one of these screens, you might then go to the product information page for more information, where to purchase, whatever the case might be. The key here is we're going to work with you hand in hand to make sure that the message is exactly right for your target. The next opportunity is the premium new games roadblock. So this is the first integration that users see when they enter the game section. It's worth stating, PlayStation is the product for gamers. So this is a valuable place where anybody who's coming in with a specific purpose of playing video games gets the opportunity to engage with your products. Now, endemics, whether you're a game or specific platform or movie that's particularly tied in to PlayStation, they have the opportunity to skin the background of the carousel. You can see that on the upper vision up top. If you're a non-endemic, we would incorporate you into an in-banner video. So there's an opportunity to engage. You're usually right up there in the front, and an opportunity to be right in the middle of the action for gamers when they're coming in to the new games premium roadblock. We also have the ROS category roadblocks. So here you have an opportunity to integrate into the background skin on an ROS basis. You can pick a couple of categories that might be of interest, and you can start navigating within the console and get integration without. Now, this might be a little less expensive than doing the homepage or the welcome screen roadblock. This is an opportunity where everybody can play. You certainly still get all the attention and the top categories within the gaming console, and it's certainly a valuable place to still be, but it might be a more entry-level position. And again, with ROS, you come in and specify different categories that might be particularly relevant to you. There's a mandatory call to action. We can do a promotion tab, in-banner units, and background skins, all as relevant to your particular needs. Again, this is a fantastic place. It's on a key place within the console, which our consumers are navigating in on a frequent basis, and certainly valuable to advertisers. Here we come back to the welcome homepage. And this is, again, when you get to the welcome homepage on the PS3, this is the place in the store they're first and most likely to come to. It's worth noting, our click-through rates here are fantastic, well above industry average at 1.89%. That's not surprising. You start talking about this consumer again, it's about their level of engagement. When they come in here in a non-cluttered environment, this is where they want to be. This returns back on the PS4 and ROS Game Store categories. Here you can see a list of the opportunities that you can take advantage of. You can do new games, new add-ons, demos. They're coming soon, on sale now, different opportunities to play with there. You can even get into the extras on PS4 and the PS Vita. So lots of opportunities to engage here. And you're always in that second position on the upper roadblock there, where you can navigate through the various categories. You're going to get constant exposure front and center. Again, one thing worth noting that whenever you click on the ad placement, you go back to that product page that we built out for you to gather more information. Here we have the PS3 What's New page. We talked about that. They're slightly different on the PS3 and PS4. What you'll find is that the PS3 is going to stay in the marketplace for a long time, with over 20 million consoles in market and continually doing software updates. It's certainly not irrelevant with the addition of the PS4, and that's really important to know. PS3 is not going away anytime soon. In fact, PS2s are still out there, although we're starting to drop them off as technology gets adapted. But all the same, certainly a relevant place to stay. And even though the PS4 might be getting a lot of the headlines right now, a PS3 is a fantastic device and has been adopted by millions and will continue to be adopted as such. You can see here with Fandango, the bottom right is the product page. That's an opportunity to place in a URL. You can go through that. You've got the full screen navigation opportunities. It's certainly a dynamic place to advertise. And this is kind of the same story. This is the way the PS4 might look. And last but not least, I wanted to come back to a place that we've talked about previously, the ability to share. So gamers have even gotten to the point where they can share games that they're actually playing and clip off data and be able to share it with their friends. This is the environment that we're in. And when we start talking about dynamic advertising opportunities, areas where you can step out and get a lot of attention for your advertising, and then have the opportunity to share. That's something that we certainly talk about a lot with Crackle and being able to share content. It's a very similar story here with PlayStation. These themes are evolving. This generation, in this particular demo, wants to do everything with their friends, and they want to do it right now. With Facebook and Twitter applications, on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, we can do all that. You see a really cool game, you see a really cool product, a new P&G product, a new piece of technology, a new phone, and you want to share it with your friends, you can do it right from the PlayStation. The goal is that by July, we'll have the ability to give advertisers stats on a lot of this information. We do have a lot of fixed positions, and at the moment, we aren't currently using an ad server. Again, with the adoption of Crackle and the way our ad sales cycle is moving, all of that is going to start coming in. I will provide updates for you as they come. And with that, I tried to keep it to 15 minutes because ultimately, you guys know me, the goal of my meetings and presentations is to learn from you and then to be able to come back with consultative solutions. There are some basics that certainly I wanted to expand upon and make sure that you understood the platform and how it operates, and that there are lots of changes still coming, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to meet again. But we're open for business now. We're looking for tests. We're opening up the platform to more advertisers than we've ever opened it up to in the past. And we look forward to your questions and challenging us on delivering true market-leading initiatives. Thank you very much.